Why do you look like an old man?
I don't.
Mikey, this is not a good angle for you.
Mikey,
No,
you're
it's fine. He's
It's so
fine.
rough.
It's fine.
just, I don't know, what have I done?
Yeah,
There
you
you
look so
go.
different like that, Mikey.
Oh,
You look
Laura.
younger.
Oh, I
You're
just
so
had to swipe to the
ugly.
side.
Can you see
Okay,
everybody
yeah.
now?
How many
I
people we
can't
got in here?
remember.
Who looks older, me or Mikey now?
Honestly, Jimmy, the
Jimmy.
mustache,
100% you,
the
Jimmy.
mustache, the mustache.
Jimmy just wanted everyone to say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
You
Jimmy
got
just
it,
wanted
Claire. You
that
got it.
dominance over Mikey.
That's
I don't even care. I actually am older, so it doesn't matter.
I know the truth. All right, guys. We sorry. Hold on. A little more.
That's okay. I was gonna say, thank God we have 9 and not 10, so everyone fits perfectly.
Yeah.
We have 9 people in
Thank
here? Oh, I cannot
goodness.
see everyone then.
Who's the 10th
Mikey.
Patrick?
Patrick.
You just forgot one of your siblings?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know if everyone was in
Oh, I
here.
forgot about Patrick. He's
Okay.
doing fatherly duties, I'm sure.
Yeah. As he
And the
does.
Eagles game.
As he does. Can I know you've already started recording, but
I know. I should have stopped. Sorry.
no, it's okay. I just feel like I'm
Yeah. Everybody feel situated.
Yeah.
Everybody feel
I know
good.
he's still awake, so I was like, I should just go. My bed.
Oh.
Sorry.
Thanks for joining us on this actually very special episode of the Messy Family Podcast.
I wonder if this is going to become one of our most popular episodes. Yeah.
Well, it is. It was very, very risky to do this. We did this once before, and I don't know what we were
But we were
thinking.
moderating the last time.
Yeah,
So this time,
is
yeah.
even more dangerous.
Mhm.
Our kids took over the microphone. It was actually not even our idea, right?
That's
and
right.
So
It was their idea.
but we are excited. This is a sibling only. So our kids took over this episode. I've only seen the summary. I actually haven't even watched this. So my kids came out and said, "Oh, Dad, I'm sorry, all the stuff we said about you." So I don't know. I'm a little nervous about what happened.
But I think that there's a lot of valuable lessons because I was thinking about and preparing for the podcast. So Katie is acting as the host or hostess, and I kind of gave her, some questions and stuff. And I thought, because people have asked, like, what, as the young families out there, people raising their kids, they're like, what is really important to my kids? And like, what is the perspective of people who are adults who grew up in a big family?
Yeah.
I think that there's some things that young families may not think are important, but as you'll see, there's things that it's really worth it. The small investments you're making are really worth it.
And at least, again, the one part that I heard, there are mistakes that we have made, right? We call ourselves the Messy Family Project, not just
as you will hear. You will hear.
And I'm like, but I want you to know it's okay. Like yes, there are important things that we need to invest in. And yes, there are so much that is on your shoulders as a mom and dad, but also don't stress. Don't get crazy. Don't get all caught up in the perfection, right? That we strive for. And anyway, there's a ton of stories, but we're also right now, I mean, it's that time of year where we're spending time with family. And for those who are like us and have adult children, have some conversations about this.
Yeah.
Get to know your kids at a new level. But those who are young, cherish these moments, build and invest in your family. This is the time of year where you should unplug. You should step back from all the other stuff in your life and zero in on what matters most. Our Lord, during this sacred season, and your marriage and your family, investing in those relationships. So from all of us at the Messy Family Project, we really do want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And I hope you can spend a lot of time with your family. Mm-hmm. And with that.
So stick around to the end because I'm going to give you some key takeaways from some lessons that the kids brought out, which I think are actually really important. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone, to the Messy Family Podcast. The children have taken over the chat. They've taken over the podcast. Here we are. First, though, can we go and introduce ourselves, oldest to youngest? We have most of us here. For those who are listening, we have most of us here. But let's do age and what we're doing in life right now. We'll just do kind of rapid fire. Okay? So my name is Katie. I'm the oldest daughter. I'm number 1. and I'm 30. I'm a mom to 3, almost 4 children, and I work for the Messy Family Project, and I live in Stephenville, and that's what I'm doing right now. Next is Maura.
Okay. I'm Maura. I am 27 and I live in Cincinnati. I'm currently today 36 weeks pregnant with my second. I am a teacher at an elementary school where I teach, I like to say, all the fun classes. So I teach art, music, dance, theater, PE. I think I forgot one. Technology. Yeah, I think that's it. And yeah, I think that is what I'm doing.
And you have one son.
And yes,
Oh, wait.
My
Did
second
you already
son,
say that? Sorry.
but it's my second son that I'm pregnant with. I have one son. That's 2.
Good job. Math. Quick math.
I'm the next. I'm number 4, Emily. I'm 25. I'm currently in Stephenville, but I work for a nonprofit and that's based in Ecuador. That's my mom's cousin runs it, so I work for him, and that's what I'm doing.
Perfect.
My name is Maggie. I'm number 5. I'm 23. I'm currently living in Cincinnati. Newly married 6 months this month, actually. And I am working as a Catholic mental health therapist in Cincinnati.
We love it. Michael Jr.
Michael Martin Jr. Hernon, Franciscan University.
You haven't say your age, Maggie.
I'm playing offense. Thank you.
He's like
Offense
5'5".
number 6 in the family. Put in your heart.
The family. Of course, Mikey would be the one to get us bursted.
All right. My name is Jimmy. I'm number 7. I'm 18. I'm at Franciscan University. That's pretty much where I'm at.
And he was the first one to this Zoom meeting, so he's the best of all of you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm the
guys.
most
Is anyone
responsible.
surprised?
Yeah, that checks
No
out.
one is
That's
surprised.
Maggie.
No one is surprised.
I'm Abby. I'm 16 or 17 and 8 in high school.
That's
All right.
there is.
Jack's on mute, though.
Jack, unmute.
What? I'm Jack Hernon. I'm 14. I go to Central. Not doing anything. Unemployed right now. But
And looking.
Not doing anything.
yeah. Let me know if you find any
And
jobs
I
for
do
me.
nothing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's me.
Okay, I'm the 10th in line. I'm Claire, and I'm 13, and I'm good at Catholic Central. And I live in Stephenville,
Love it.
Ohio.
Good job, everyone. Great. Yay. Okay. All right. First easy question. So this is, if you could describe your family in 3 words, what would it be? Let's even just do one, and we can just think about it for a second, and then maybe we all go around. Or just popcorn. Okay, Jimmy, you go first.
Energetic.
Energetic, our family. Okay. Michael?
Connected.
Connected. Claire?
Loud.
Crazy. Meg,
Crazy?
you said no blurting.
I didn't realize what was happening. I'm sorry.
Maggie.
Do
And Maggie.
More or Maggie?
Jerry
Maggie
said
Bowman.
it loud. She said loud.
Loud.
I said loud, yeah.
Coming from the least loud person in our family. No, I'm just kidding. Any other words to describe our family?
Mike, you realize these facial questions are
Go ahead, Emily.
Music loving.
Oh, I was gonna say musical too.
Yes.
Wait, let me
I was
think
gonna
of a
say
good one.
musical, but I feel like music loving.
That's fair.
Yes.
Not all of us.
I think intentional.
Intentional.
Hmm.
I thought you were gonna say intense.
Also, that's true as well.
Amazing. All right. Anybody else? Those were good. Let's go next question. Okay, guys, stay on task so we can go watch the Eagles game. Go Birds!
Go
Go
Birds.
Birds.
We're gonna get this going so we can go watch the Birds play. Okay. Did you actually like growing up in a big family? Did your feelings change over time? Why? And again, we can be honest because I think I don't know, maybe for some of us, even if it was when we were like 3 or 4, we're like, I don't like being a big family. So you be honest. Jim, go.
Okay, I'd say at first, like when I was a kid, I like loved it, and like there's always so many things to do. And then I think when I got a little older, to like I think like 10 years old, I started not liking it, and I feel like there was just too many people. And then now that I'm like college, I feel like I value it so much. And like now that like I can like have so many people around me at all times, like there's so many different outlets for different stuff, and like so many different personalities. And like yeah, it's like yeah, I think I love it so much. I think I'm most appreciative of it now that I'm like not at home.
Yeah. Removed from it. Claire, what do you want to say?
I was just gonna say, I feel like a few years ago I was kind of like embarrassed, kind of, but now I've just kind of like learned to embrace it. And like I just kind of like flex on it now because like I just have like so many nieces and nephews that it's like I kind of have to. So
Flex on it.
yeah.
That's a new one.
I feel very similarly, and I guess I didn't realize that maybe we all feel similarly. That I was like, I think there was a point when I was younger that I was like, and it maybe even when I was slightly older, but of just being like embarrassed about it, or like just not really like wanting to volunteer that information. But I think now we're all so close, and meeting people in my life that like don't talk to their siblings, or like, or even just, they don't get along. They have like 2 other siblings and they don't get along with one. And so it's like they only have one person that's like, I don't know, that they can be close with. And I feel like for me, I've gone through so many like changes in my own life that I feel like I can relate to different people at different points. Like, really close to one sibling, and then I go through and I'm still close with them, but like closer with another one. And then like being able to experience life with so many different people in so many different ways is something that I didn't realize that I would appreciate so much, especially when I was younger. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like going off that, just quick thought. Like, I do feel like we probably all had like similar experiences. Like, I feel like, especially as a teenager with like so many emotions, to be like in such like tense environment already, that it's just tough. That at that age, I think in general is hard, anyways. But like kind of going off what Maura was saying, I feel like I've realized how much it just builds character and how much it makes me like so interesting and like it's be like like I shock people when I tell them like how big our family is. And I feel like it was like something like as a kid I was like, oh my God, like the screaming baby in the grocery store, and like there's like so many things that were such an embarrassment. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, thank God, like thank God I had all those embarrassments and all of those like like so many people to rely on, and now I can relate to so many different types of people, and I have best friends for life.
It's true.
We
No,
all
I feel
feel the
similarly.
same
Yeah.
moment.
No, I think siblings definitely, like, you guys are like my best friends. You're like the relationships I tend to prioritize most in my life right now, um, in a lot of ways, which I think it's kind of a gift to have like built-in friends and like people who I'm like, I care about you and you can relate to me on so much. And like I'm learning how to be in relationship with people by like having you in my life from such a young age. Um, But I also was thinking about it just as, and I'm sure all of you guys can agree, but I was thinking about recently how like it's just a lot of work. Like being in a big family is a lot of work. Like there was a lot of cleaning to do, a lot of cooking to do, like taking care of all the pets and like decorating for Christmas and getting Christmas presents for everyone. Oh my gosh. Like I'm realizing again this year, I'm like, there's a lot of people to get presents for. But it's and also like because of that, there's so much busyness that I feel like it is really easy to feel forgotten or like not get enough maybe attention at times growing up in a big family. But that's why I think sibling relationships were so important for me because I feel like that was like what like held me together when it felt like chaotic and like there wasn't enough, is that it was like I always had a sibling to turn to and like whatever, read a story to my younger sibling or like, you know, like I don't know, hang out with Emily in our bedroom or whatever. Like there was always little moments. And I think that like really was so important to me. And then has like formed the basis of my friendships with all of you guys. So yeah.
I I also felt the exact same way. I think it was Emily. Yeah, building character. I'm like, I always tell people, I'm like, I've learned so much of, selflessness, how to forgive people. Like there is, it definitely was hard at points. And, my friends got cell phones or they didn't have to learn how to drive in a 15 passenger van. They got to learn how to drive in a regular car, like things like that, that I'm like, oh my God. But now I'm like, as an adult, I'm so thankful for our big family. So I'll keep moving on to the next question, unless anybody has anything burning. Okay, great. Okay, so this is Maggie kind of touched on this actually. So did you actually feel seen and loved with that many siblings? Do you actually feel like your parents had the bandwidth to love you as God loves you?
I know.
Dang, that's a deep one.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I could start, I guess, because I've been talking about this with my therapist a little bit. We're just going right in deep. No, but there are definitely moments. I think as a whole, I've always felt very loved. And mom and dad always took us out on special time. And even if special time was going to the Kroger with mom and just talking and having intentional time, because that was my love language and is my love language. It's like special time, like quality time with people. But there were definitely still moments. Maybe it was a birthday or like little spots that it definitely it felt harder to feel seen. And I'm learning too as a parent that that it's just our parents are gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up. I'm not gonna always be a perfect parent, and I have forgiveness for my parents, and I hope my kids have forgiveness for me. And it definitely was tough at times, but I felt like, I don't know, in my opinion, I felt like mom and dad did the best they could, and I'm happy. I'm very, very happy with all of our relationships and my relationship with them. Sorry.
Gabe barking in the background.
Yeah, I was gonna say, good job, Abby. The dog. Gabe doesn't feel seen right now.
Yeah, I think that, Katie, I agree with what you're saying. I think also, yeah, like now I think being a parent too, it puts things a little bit more in perspective. And obviously I only have one breathing air right now. But like, I think that when I was younger, I agree. There was definitely moments that I was like, I was also very introverted, very shy, very moody, very angsty teen. So I think that like that whole like, I don't know, like personality that my parents don't care about me, they don't know me, like that was already something that I wanted or like that I like identified with. So, and there's probably still some truth to that, but I think that like even now, yeah, like I said, even now as a parent, I can't imagine having 10 kids and not like kind of ending up that way, maybe. And I think that they really tried. I don't think that they were like absent in those things. It's just that there's a lot. It's a lot to do, and I'm sure that it was exhausting for them, especially when they're working jobs in different states and like when they're traveling, and when I think mom was working like multiple jobs at some point too, and like things like that it's like they, I think, really were probably doing the best that they could. And I think they did a really good job. It is going to be hard, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I kind of feel the same way as like how you guys were saying. Like there definitely is some times where I do feel like very like put aside kind of. But then there's also like a lot of times where I'm like, oh wow, like wow, my family does love me. Like but yeah.
I think that like one of the biggest things for me was like how much you can like rely on like your siblings, like you were talking about. And I think there was like certain things where like like what Katie was saying, like sometimes like there's obviously like so many birthdays and like all like these things like whatever like your parents are like supposed to remember, like birthday presents, like obviously we know like that was not like really a thing. And I remember like hearing about that like with our friends, and I was like always like confused about that. But like I think it's like there's like I think there's like give and takes with everything. You know what I mean? Like they can't like do everything when you have 10 kids. And so I feel like with like what they're working with was good. And I think especially I think like recently there's been like with like all like the traveling, like I know when I was super young, dad obviously went wherever lived and like worked in DC. I don't even obviously don't remember that or anything. But then I think now with like how like they're traveling and doing like talks, I feel like that would be like the one thing that's like a disconnect, which like a lot of times they're gone. But I think that also just like makes us rely on each other more and like makes us closer as siblings. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I think in any family, regardless of the amount of kids, there's the potential to not feel seen and not feel loved by your parents. Um, I don't mean to laugh at that, but I'm like, I think that's like kind of like always going to be a possibility. And I think that maybe it's more challenging. I mean, for sure, maybe it takes a different capacity for the parents to have the intention to be able to do that with kids. But in my head, it's not impossible because of that. It's maybe just like going to take more intention, more effort. And I think that especially like looking back on my childhood, I realize how much they did try to make those efforts to like have special time and like I don't know, even like mom taking us away for growing up weekends or dad taking us out when we turned 13 and getting a collada ring. Like there were certain traditions where they really wanted to make sure that we were there or like just like late night conversations I feel like with mom like after school like me talking through something like that was going on with the friends. Like there was definitely like lots of little moments where I feel like they made themselves available and wanted to be available. When looking back, I'm like, they were probably exhausted. Like they just wanted to watch TV and go to sleep, but like they were staying up talking with me. And it felt like they really wanted to talk with me. Like they liked that time that we got together. But I also think, sorry, last thought. I think that a huge thing that I've been realizing that was helpful is other adults in our life, like our aunts and uncles, who were so influential, at least for me, in helping me feel seen and loved, maybe in moments when it would be hard otherwise. So, like, I know I have a really close relationship with my godfather, and like at different family events, like that would be something where it would be like, oh, he's always like, you know, yeah, just our aunts and uncles in general. I feel like we're always like trying to get one-on-one time with us. And that is also my love language, Katie. Like quality time was like huge for me as a kid. So getting that even with other adults in our life who were like friends of our parents or siblings of our parents was like almost felt like it was coming from them in a way, you know, and like that filled me up. So
wait, little side note, it's so funny. I think quality time is also one of my biggest love languages. And I literally always remember like the one thing I was most excited for my birthday was going to get ice cream with Katie when I was younger. I remember she would take me. I remember that. I like
So
literally
cute.
still remember that to the day. Like I think like that's like what I was talking about. I feel like we lean on like our siblings a lot. And like I think like if like I couldn't always get quality time with like my parents, I feel like my siblings like came up with that.
Yeah.
I like Maggie's point too of like we relied on each other, but maybe they also relied on their siblings. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, here's a little bit more of a fun question. And if nobody can think of one right away, I think I have one. What's one story you remember that captures the messy family vibe? Like really not perfect, but it all worked out. Also, no pressure at all. Abby and Mikey haven't really said anything, or Jack, so.
I don't know where they are.
It's
Katie,
mine.
I think I know what story you're gonna say.
That's what I was gonna say, Maura. I wanted to say that. I bet we're all
Okay.
thinking of the same
All right,
story.
well, what do you guys tell us?
I wasn't there, so someone else.
I don't think I was there either.
Wait, what story are you talking
Are
about?
you talking about the clock and the throw up and all
the
that?
clock.
Okay, that's the first that came to mind for me too.
What?
But it didn't end up well. It didn't end up good though. So
I wasn't there, so someone else needs to tell that story.
You were there.
No, I was at the Schmedekes.
You were?
Yeah.
Maggie,
I
were
heard
you
about
there?
yes, I was the one that clocked
You tell
on
the
top
story.
of.
I'm so confused.
I don't even know the story.
I don't even.
I'm
She was
confused.
the
Yeah,
mouse
I don't
that ran
even
down
really
the clock.
remember. I don't really remember what happened. I just remember the stomach bug was
everyone
going around. We had like cousins
everyone had
over, and our aunts and uncles were over or something. So there was like tons of people in our house. We were all sitting around the dinner table, and it was just like, man, like people were like going down one by one, like dominoes, with like throwing up everything. That's so
This is a
gross.
different throw up story. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Oh, okay.
I bet I know
And-
what story you're
And this is, oh yeah, oh my gosh, now I'm having like flashbacks. I like someone threw up upstairs, and like three people like stood up to go get the person who'd thrown up upstairs. As they all stood up and backed up their chairs, the clock fell off the wall, hit me on top of my head. I throw up on the table. And then I'm like walking upstairs to like go up to bed or something. Someone else throws up in front of me. It was like the plague.
I thought it was like
terrible.
someone went to clean up your throw up and to help you, and then someone threw up.
Yes, and I think they might have slipped in the throw up. Sorry if anyone's squeamish. Sorry.
It
was horrible.
Oh yeah, we should have given trigger
About
warning.
dozen.
Yeah, sorry. Someone should put some. Yeah, Katie, you can go back in there and add in a little.
Just bleep that out.
The clock falling on your head just makes the imagery like so much better. Like it wasn't for the
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
No,
that was crazy.
how I remember it is
And it ended up
somebody-
better. We eventually recovered. That's maybe how it ended up okay.
Yeah.
Mom and dad they're forcing me to eat like the steamed spinach. I literally still can't eat it to this day.
I
remember that, Mikey.
I do not like
It's
But
so
they're
bad.
like forcing me to eat, and I was like, "No, I'm so sick." And
They're
then
at the
like
old
kept
house, I
forcing me,
remember
and I literally just
remember
threw
that.
it all over the table, like all everything.
And then no one had to eat it.
Okay, guys.
And then she was like, everybody else was
And everyone was like,
It's
Mikey,
true.
Yeah, I was
Mikey.
so happy.
Okay, maybe we should find some non-puke
Yeah, I know.
stories. The question wasn't tell your
Wait.
favorite puke story.
No more
I'm
puke
gonna tell
stories.
another
Claire
puke
has one more
story.
puke story.
Okay, it's just about the squash.
Yeah, it was the squash. And Abby threw up all over her squash.
Ew. Okay,
Oh,
that's
no.
grosser for some reason.
All right.
Ew.
So many
Yeah.
throw.
No more. We're done.
Okay.
What's another
Any
messy
other
thing that we
any other messy family vibe stories?
Someone tell the Lake George camping story.
What?
Oh
The
my
heat?
God.
The heat?
The heat wave.
I wasn't there for that, so I can't.
I like
Okay.
I don't know it as like a story though. It's just too many things
Just a
happened.
feeling.
It was just I remember it was so hot that the
Just
crayons in my purse that I brought melted. That's how I remember.
I love that you had crayons in your purse.
I have my
backpack.
crayons. And they
You're
all
like, in my
melted.
skull bedazzled purse.
She is an artiste,
true.
okay? More than an
I
artist.
needed to do art when I was
She was like,
at
I carry
Lake George.
crayons
I
everywhere.
don't understand.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
And
literally,
then-
yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, it was so. I guess the story is
Worst
that
trip ever.
the AC in the car broke when we were on the way to Lake George,
I think so.
and then
Like the
we
middle of
were
July.
camping, and it was
Camping.
like
The hottest
100
week.
degrees.
Yeah.
Must be
Over 100 degrees, the hottest summer they had ever had.
Yeah.
Was it? Or are you just saying that?
Yes.
No.
No, it was
No,
like
it
it was like a
was.
heat wave. It was a huge heat
Oh,
wave.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I just
That's
thought
why
it
it
was missing.
sucked.
That was I think that was like our first camping trip as a
It was
family.
our
I was like,
first
I
and
am
last.
never camping in my life again. This is horrible.
And there's all I remember is the noise of that bird that wouldn't
Yes!
stop going all night.
Oh my God.
You guys were talking about this like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And then there
Mike
was
and Jimmy,
and
do you
then
guys remember that?
No.
and then mom found out she was pregnant with Jack on that trip.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And also, but it ended up well. This is how it ended up well. Our aunt was coming with us and she's staying in a hotel nearby that had a pool.
I do
So
remember
we
that.
all went to the hotel pool. And also then we went laser tag. Remember that awesome laser
Yeah.
tag?
Oh, and
That
then
was the
they
best laser
paid
tag
for
ever. And
We would
they
just
gave
stay
it for
all
free
day in
because we
that.
had so many kids.
Yeah.
They were like, you guys can just have it for free. We feel
Oh
bad
yeah,
for you.
That is
also
a
have something about
family
having a big
story.
family. People, I feel like people always be giving us free stuff.
Yeah, they
They're
were
like,
like, you're
Don't you guys
probably
feel like that?
broke.
You're like, you need the help.
Yeah, they're like, you're poor. Your kids need to wash their hair.
Oh, I have another very quick story. I remember we were on a family trip and Jack was like 5, 6 maybe, and we were like, oh, we were gonna go to Olive Garden. We like don't go out. That was one of the things with the big family. We don't really go out to restaurants. That's so expensive.
I
And
think
we
I
were like so
remember this.
excited. We're going to Olive Garden, and I know what's over Olive Garden, but it was great. And we get there. Well, no, first we're on the way there. Jack asks, "What's your restaurant?" What a restaurant was. And then we get there and we're looking at the menus, and he's like, "Why is everybody looking at these pieces of paper?"
Yeah. That's only I remember.
You're an idiot, Jack.
I remember it was like that. And then like mom was telling me or something like, oh, like you can order anything you want. And mom said that like I was like, all right, I just want a big bag of candy. And that's like all I wanted. And she's like, no, you have to get food or whatever. I was like, all right.
Get food or whatever.
Like
He's
anything
like,
I
Jack's
want.
like, okay, $1 million.
huh?
Okay, $1 million.
Bro, give me some money, bro.
How often did you fight with your siblings? At what age did you stop fighting so much? Why? Mikey, go.
I would say I fought with them infinity, if that's possible.
Infinity
I
amount.
think me and Jimmy probably never got along ever in our second of our childhood, but
Neither did me and Mora.
we hated each other. But
Until we
then
moved rooms.
once he started becoming cool like me, and so that was probably like he started becoming normal and not like a weirdo and stuff. So.
Oh my God. How old were you think, Mikey? How old were you and Jimmy?
I was like 14.
Probably like beginning of high school.
Why do
when
you
he
feel
got to
like
high school.
seriously though, why do you feel like you guys
We
stopped?
moved rooms.
Yeah, facts. That was
Separation?
also a big help.
Biggest thing was moving rooms. We weren't in the same room anymore.
Yeah,
That's true.
separation.
We wouldn't see each other as much. We'd like we did different sports when we moved to rooms, and that changed everything.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Distance makes
I
the
feel
heart
like-
grow fonder.
I feel like until that point, we were like just did everything. Like I feel like we did everything like not like together, but like we both did the same things and like every aspect. And like once we like tried to like once we became like our own person, we started like appreciating each other more. I think.
Yeah. Now we're besties.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Claire, I'll come to you next. But I'll say basically the exact same thing for me and Maura, how once we moved out, we went to college, and now she's my maid of honor. I was married. Like, it's just we're good now.
Yeah.
But it was really like 18
That's
years,
funny.
more or less. So I
I
was
know.
not exactly having.
I think that, yeah, but same reasoning. I feel like it was like, we just needed to be apart.
Yeah.
To be better. And also probably maturing and stuff like that probably had something to do with it too. But
Few things.
yeah.
Okay, Claire, sorry.
Hey, you're good. I was just gonna say, I feel like me and Abby used to fight like literally like every single day for the entire day, and then like
I think that was also because like the changing rooms. That's why we.
I think I was like because we both did homeschool and we both shared a room, and that was just like not a good I don't know. It's just terrible. We literally fought so much. I feel like we fought over like the stupidest things too. I feel like we would find ways to fight over things.
Oh yeah.
And then and then we moved rooms and now it's fine. So yeah.
Second, but yeah.
It's so funny. I feel like everyone, I don't know if you all feel this way. I feel like everyone finds their single arch nemesis. But then, like, I'm like, I know I was so mean to Maggie, like, as I feel like we all just like have our little pairs.
That is
But
so
I'm like,
weird.
I actually the other day was thinking, I was like, did I fight with other people? Like, do you guys remember me? Like,
I think
remember when I was a
with
kid,
definitely
I was
follow Mora.
yeah, Mora.
Katie.
Mora. I remember as a kid, me and Mikey were terrified of her.
Yeah, we were. We were scared.
Like
you're like,
terrified.
who's that girl? Don't talk to her.
We would call her.
She
We would
wears all
literally
black.
call her. Jimmy, what do we call her? Like slapping
slapper.
Mora or something? Yeah, the slapper. She would just slap us all the time.
I don't remember this.
I
Yeah,
don't
No,
remember.
I
like,
remember
it was
calling her the
actually-
slapper all the time. We would tell her friends.
Dang.
Yeah, Loki, the
What'd she do
funnest
it for
part,
fun?
Mora, do you remember the best part about our beef was we had a stink bomb war?
Yeah.
Yes.
We had, like,
I
these
remember
bags,
actually.
and we kept throwing them like across like all through the hallways, and then eventually the whole entire house just smelled.
I just
so
remember we
bad.
put one
do
in your
remember
room,
that.
and then we put one in your room, and then the next day we went to go buy more, and they were like, "Wait, where are they all at?" And then you bought all of them, and then you put them in our room.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yep, that's
true.
about right.
She
I
bought
me and one of my
every single
friends,
one.
we really got you guys back.
No, I remember
That's crazy.
Maggie used to like smack us with rulers, like on their hands if we were doing something
Oh,
bad.
dang. I did
What?
not remember that.
I
don't
don't
remember
remember
that.
that.
I don't remember that.
Damn.
I don't.
I
Happened.
remember that so
Well, I
clearly.
didn't scar everyone with that. Sorry.
I think that's
Yeah, also,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Or like when me,
That's
when me,
Moral
Mikey, and
story,
Maggie
Mora's
all were
inflicted the
homeschooled.
most trauma.
Oh my gosh,
See, the
Emily.
thing is, in my
Emily.
head, I was like, yeah, Katie and like Emily. I was like, I forgot that
Was I
fought
mean
anyone.
though? Like, actually, do you guys remember? Like, be honest. Just tell me. Was I mean?
Oh, I feel like we were all
You
so
weren't
mean to
mean,
each
I just
other.
hated
Well,
you.
especially Maura, Emily, and I, the three of us would fight constantly. I
Yeah.
actually, Maura,
I
God.
never fight.
from one of you, I wouldn't even name who. I actually don't know who. I still have a scar on my arm.
It was Mora. It
because
was
it was
Mora.
scratching. It was the scratching.
Definitely Mora.
Yeah,
I did
but
scratch
I
a lot.
remember. Yeah, she was a scratcher.
That's
I
why I like
remember.
nails now.
Yeah, so true. No, I don't know where mom and dad got this idea. Tell me if you guys remember this too. They sat us down and they were like, you guys need to like write down how your sisters make you feel and like what like you think is causing all these problems. And they took us out to King's restaurant. Do you remember this? We went out to King's, the three of us, and we like read our papers to each other. And I was like, I think I'm really like because you guys will always get mad at me because I wore your clothes or something. And I was like, I think I just really want to be like you because I think you're so cool. And like, I remember this. It was like so wonderful. I remember being like reading my paper in King's restaurant, like trying to like repair my relationship with my sisters.
Maggie's
Just like a 10-year-old.
I don't remember that at all. I'm so sorry.
I do
my
not
gosh.
remember that.
That is so funny. You guys don't remember that. That's like burned in my
That's
memory.
hilarious.
Yes, I don't think
And
it
what did
helped
we
our
say? Do
fighting
you
at
remember?
all. I don't remember. I think it was like this.
Do you think it
effort to, like,
helped?
try and get us to stop fighting. I think it helps for a little bit. I don't think it really made a lasting difference. It probably in the end made lasting difference. We just didn't really realize it at the time. But I know that we still fought like crazy after that. And I remember being like, it was all for nothing. But now you guys are my best friends. So
I feel like
it was
Jack and Claire
fine.
probably fought, but I don't know who else would like. I don't know if Jack probably like
Yeah.
between. Yeah, I don't know.
I think
yeah, Jack, do you? Jack,
I think
Yeah,
it's
like
still kinda- I
probably
think it's still
only,
kinda
probably like
constant,
only in the
though.
past.
I feel
That
like
probably
Jack
like doesn't happen anymore.
Mike-
Like,
I think it's like still pretty
Jack
Jack
constant,
plays with
right?
me all the time.
It's still pretty constant.
Claire.
Oh, okay, that's right. I forget. I don't live at home with you guys.
literally, I think it's happening. Probably happened today.
Yeah,
Probably
it
like-
happened right before that, actually. We were fighting over the lights for Christmas.
Yeah,
What?
it's okay. You guys will move out, and then you'll be besties.
Apparently, yeah, that's the solution.
Yep.
Nope.
Move rooms,
Out.
be a little farther away from each other. Then you'll be good.
Just need some spice.
All right, let's go to the next question if you guys are cool with that. I like this question, so I wonder what you guys think. How are we all alike? How are we all different?
Hmm.
I have no idea.
I feel like it's easy for me to think about how we're very different from each other, but I'm sure there's a lot of reasons that we're so alike.
I feel like all the things we said in the beginning, I do kind of feel like we're all like that. Like I was like, is any of us not loud? We're all loud. We are all loud. You can say you're okay,
Abby's not
introverted,
that loud.
shy.
I'm the
Everyone's loud.
quietest in my
Abby's
Abby can be
low-key
loud.
not that loud.
I think Abby might be the
think
quiet
Maggie's
one.
We're all
maybe the
talking
quiet.
over each other.
Yeah.
I think
I think in
Abby might be.
compare
It's the delay.
I think in comparison to other people, I've realized I actually am a little bit loud sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I think when I'm in social
that.
settings, I know in social settings, I'm like, guys, I'm being quiet. Like, why is everyone like looking at me? But it's
Well,
but it's
yeah,
actually
that's like a given for
I'm
me,
believing
but
it.
all the time. Everyone's like, we're in public. I'm like, I know.
My friends will be like this. They're like,
Jimmy, does it boil your blood? I hate when people tell me that. I was like, I'm a hurting.
No, okay, not my friends now, my old friends. My friends now are all loud.
Good.
I would say we all love children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all really love kids.
Yep.
Which is so weird. I didn't realize that some people like don't.
Yeah.
Or people are choosing not to have kids, which
Yeah.
or just like don't want to be around kids. I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I get
people
it.
really
Sometimes
don't-
I don't want to be around my kids all the time, but like generally, I'm like, yeah.
It's just
Kids are the
it's
best.
ingrained in us, I think.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really
Yeah.
like I
We
can't
don't have a
imagine.
choice. We've always
Yeah.
been around.
we didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Really though. But I think it's a good personality trait, I think.
Yeah. Well, because the kids teach you a lot. Yeah. Kids teach you a lot about obviously innocence and all those other things, but like how to be patient and how to be like whatever.
Also like fun. I think that we're all like very fun.
And competitive. And competitive.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Well,
Maura.
Sorry,
I
guys.
would slap
inside
you right
joke.
now, Maura.
that's an inside joke.
Inside joke to all our listeners.
I feel like we're different in all of our hobbies. I feel like we all have different interests. Like we definitely all have a lot of similar ones, and like within music and art. But I also think people have a lot of different
Yeah, I'm not an artist. So.
tastes.
You're not an artist, Jimmy. But
Yeah,
you
Jimmy, as you're
definitely not a musician
slaying on
either,
the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Jimmy?
What did you say?
He's just being mean. I think that I wanted to say this in a way that didn't sound like one of those like personality like Enneagram things, but just like the way that we respond to things is very different. You know what I mean? Like I think that even just like events or like discussions and things like that, like the way that we talk can be very similar. Because we're all like very loud maybe, but then like we all approach things differently. Do you know that makes sense?
Yeah, no, I do know what I mean.
Yeah.
Also, Claire, you don't actually have to meet yourself. It was a complete joke.
Is that your raising hands? Is that what you wanted to say?
Because you meet yourself.
I've thought this
I know.
more going off of that. I've thought this before, which I wonder if you guys all agree, but I've thought before, like, I think something we have in common is we all respond really well in crisis. Like, I think if something bad is happening, like, I think I've been around other people or like other families that like maybe are more, I don't know, just like tend to like
overreact.
Like, yeah. And not even overreact, just like process in a different way. I feel like we're all like so used to working together. If like something's wrong, it's like, okay, this needs to happen now. This needs to happen now. And then we can talk about it later.
Yeah. Like the
But, like,
fire in our house.
Oh yeah.
The speaker.
Oh yeah, like when I saved the day.
Oh yeah.
Katie, were you not there?
When you cause a fire and then put it out too.
I did not cause it. I
Mom
did not.
was like, she caused it. Mom did say that it was her fault.
Mom literally said I lit this candle. Emily told me
But
not
that's
to.
what you just said, Emily.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
We're also all super defensive.
That's true. We all are pretty argumentative. We can be so argumentative.
Yeah, we're
I was like, I didn't burn the house down. Okay? I did it. I swear.
I saved the day. I saved the day.
Yes. One of these questions too, which I won't get to, who is like how we like our parents, and I'm like, I think that's an Alicia trait. We all speak our mind, you know.
That is so true.
Yeah,
You
Thank
had to.
Alicia.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
Domans.
what did you say about a question?
No, I mean that was another question, but I don't
What
think
was
we're
it?
gonna get to it.
Pay
I know,
attention,
sorry.
Debbie.
I
I feel
know
like
we're
probably
taking
gonna
way
get
too long.
Yeah,
I know, and every other second I'm like, oh no, or can they cut that out from what I just said?
No,
Oh
everything is good.
gosh.
This is all good, guys. Maybe let's try and do two more. I think this is a good one. Let's see. Excuse me.
Sherry.
What is one, so some of us obviously are parents, me and Maura are parents. But so this may be more on the forefront of my mind, but maybe you guys can think of something. If you could give one piece of advice to the parents that mom and dad work with, or the parents that are listening, based on our experience growing up, what would it be? One piece of advice. One thing that I can think of, and this is more encouragement, I often value my forgiveness muscle is well exercised, I feel like, because we had so much conflict growing up, and mom and dad I learned a lot of conflict resolution and forgiveness. I think that's one thing that I want to give to parents, is that working on conflict resolution and having your kids, forgive each other is really important in like all of your life, because you're always going to have relationships where people are going to hurt you or you're going to hurt other people. So that's one thing, is that. I don't know.
I think like from what I was thinking, like I guess it depends like what age, but I think like preteen to teenager, I feel like one of the biggest things I'd say is like just be like intentional, like even like with like small things. I think especially like teenagers, like when you're like intentional about really small things, I feel like it makes a big difference.
Yeah. Anything you guys can think of?
I feel like making time to spend together, like even though it's so annoying, like family day Sundays and like little like I don't know, just like those like routines of like, no, no, we eat
Family
dinner
dinners.
together, like no, like no, we go out on Sunday, or like I don't know. And then especially like at this time of year when it comes around to like holidays, like all those little traditions and stuff, I think really like or they're just such pillars. And I feel like mom and dad probably talk about that all the time on the podcast. But I think it does. It's so comforting, like to have, like, especially now as an adult, like to come back to like the same pattern and the same, yeah, just like yearly or monthly or weekly traditions is special.
I was going to say something very similar, because I think that, yeah, also just like being a parent now, I'm like, I'm in charge of making those traditions for my family. And then it also makes me realize, yeah, and especially just around the holidays, I think of just like how many little things that we would do every single year. And I think, unfortunately, some now have like, I think, gone to rest, like having things with like the Rigos and like stuff like that, our old neighbors. But like, it is like that's something that they had to do, and they had to do intentionally for it to be a thing that now I remember. And even like talking with other people, being like, oh, what are your family traditions? And they're like, oh, we just like open presents on Christmas Day. I'm like, oh gosh, that's so cool that we had so much more than
They're like,
things
oh,
like
you didn't
that.
fight to be the first in line to run down the stairs?
Yeah, like what are you talking about? You didn't sing a Christmas carol?
I always didn't want to because I would get crushed.
But also I think going off of that as well, of just like making things fun a lot of the time. And I'm sure like the more kids you have, the more stress you're gonna have and things like that. But just like little like whimsical things that I remember them doing, of like, I just made like the homemade Play-Doh for Henry. I don't know how many of you guys experienced that. I'm not sure if the younger ones did, but like things like that, it's just like such a fun thing that I remember from my childhood that now I can like do with my son. I'm trying to think if there's like other things that we've done, but just like, or like we would make ornaments every year with mom too, and things like that.
Put together, Abby just helped her make more ornaments on that countdown calendar.
I saw that. That was, and that's like something that I can't remember a time.
Oh my
gosh,
that. It was so funny. I was looking at them, like she has candle ornaments. And I was like,
Yeah,
that's like you would not find that in stores today. You
that's
know,
not
like
a thing.
even just I forget what movie we were just watching, but they put candles on the Christmas tree, and I was like, oh, Holiday Inn.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. But like that's not, I don't know. But
it's a
I
very
saw
just
the
like
candles and I was like, that's crazy. That just proves how old this is.
yeah.
Probably as old as Katie, or as old as me at least.
Actually, you should ask mom when
Old as that old hag.
when
I know. The way you said that made it sound like you really. Yeah, I mean, I was the first, so. No, but so is the advice you're saying is just like intentionality behind things is so important, and yeah,
making things fun.
yeah, right.
Mhm.
I think I was gonna say, like, I don't know the best way to say this concisely, but like, show an interest in your kids and get to know them. Like, I feel like there was a lot of moments when dad would ask really deep questions to me if we were one-on-one. And like, he really wanted to know, like, little things like my taste of music. But then it would just like start a conversation and we would get pretty deep and he'd like ask me questions about my future and what I wanted to do. And like, I don't know, like, I feel like he was always trying to get to know me as best he could and like just showed interest in me. Even if it was like little that wasn't all the time, like maybe that was like once every few weeks or like whatever. But like that was like totally enough for me to feel like so loved by him and so like he wanted to get to know me. So I don't know, just like show interest and get to know your kids because I think that they crave that. They want that, even if it doesn't seem like it.
I guess maybe we could do rapid fire, because we kind of started talking about this. Any traditions that you remember or that you want to keep? That'll be our last question, probably, because we should go. Any traditions that you remember or I want to pass down to your kids? Claire, go.
I was thinking like because like Christmas is coming up, I'm just thinking of Christmas, obviously. How we always do like breakfast after Christmas. I was like talking to my friends about them. None of them do that. Like we're like I don't like know anyone else who does like breakfast like after Christmas with their family. I think that's like a really like I feel like that's like always like we always do that. I don't remember a year we haven't done that.
Yeah.
And also like running down the steps. Someone mentioned that. I think it was Emily, but that's always fun.
Yeah, love it. Abby, you go first, then Mikey.
Oh, I thought it was me. Probably just like I feel like I like talk to my friends about this. They don't do like family dinners, and I feel like we're all used to that because we all do family dinners like literally every night. But like all my friends, they don't like sit down with their family, so just like that, probably do that with my kids.
Yeah, it's really important. Michael.
I just thought about this more. I realized we mostly do it because we're Irish, but like the leprechaun traps was so fun to make.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I feel
Guys,
like I don't
I'm
even know
not
how
gonna
common
lie.
that is, but
I think I found that in
One of the books, right?
someone
You did
helped
in a
me with, no,
magazine.
someone helped me with the magazine. What was it called? Real Simple?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was
The-
not for Real Simple. That was-
Family or Family Living?
yeah,
Oh,
It wasn't a
Reader's
Mom
magazine.
had
Digest.
subscriptions. No, it's a Reader's Digest.
not Readers.
Yeah, no, Katie, I think maybe it was Family. Is this
Real
Family Living?
Simple is
makes
a
sense?
woman's magazine.
I'm pretty sure I found that and I was like, let's make that.
Well,
so fun.
yeah.
And also, sorry, Katie.
No, you go.
Okay. I remember there's one year. It was like, I think it was like it was so long ago, but it was like mom and dad like weren't there or something. It was like the day. I think they were like out for something. I don't know, but I remember that it was like it was like the five youngest, and it was like just us at the house, and it was like and we were like all like making leprechaun traps, and it was like I feel like we normally like do that. Like I don't know if you guys remember that, and we were like researching like what like to like catch a leprechaun, and we were like, oh my gosh, we should do honey, like we should put honey down. I feel like that was just like I feel like that was so fun.
Oh God.
Well, but it just goes to show it's like, okay, that was something simple, but dad did it every single year. And that's why it's
And now we're doing it with the grandkids.
grandkids, yeah.
Oh.
Go Jack, go Jack.
I like Fat Jack Tuesday, 'cause
That's when you were born.
Yeah. But like just like eating like pancakes and ice cream and watching like a movie before Lent.
Yeah.
I think that was just a really cool time to get fat.
Oh,
It marks. Yeah, keep going.
This is not, sorry, Jack, you done? I don't want to. Okay. I guess this maybe isn't really a tradition, but I do remember this being a really fun thing of the dinner games.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I think about them all the
Um,
time.
I kind of
and I just remember, like, I think there were a lot of, like, maybe there was like questions or maybe there was also games, but like the game where you would like hide something from the table.
I love
yeah.
that.
But like taking like the family dinner and like making it even more. I remember that was always really fun. And something else that I think we've done, I don't know if I think we've done a few times, was caroling at the nursing home and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it.
I really enjoyed doing that. And Alex and I have talked about doing it quite a few times, but we haven't done it yet. But just that is such a cool thing to do as a family, especially because we're a big family and we're all pretty musical.
Sorry.
Okay.
I think one of the biggest things I realized that like no one does this at all pretty much is having like family retreats.
Yeah.
That's like a really big thing. I feel like, especially like growing up, going to like the Han's cabin and doing like the whipped cream pie and like throwing in people's faces and stuff.
That
like
was
that.
so
Like,
much fun.
It's like some of my best memories. Yeah. So like I think like doing that, I think it developed even more, especially when I got older. But yeah, it's like that's one of the biggest things. Like I realized like literally like pretty much no one does that. So
I agree. Also, I love the family retreats. I always think they're a lot of fun.
So good.
I feel like, sorry, can I say one? Okay. Just like we were talking about, like our aunts and uncles too. I feel like all of these traditions, so many things, like just like I don't know, mean, like it. I don't know. They just mean so much to me. I don't even know how to put it into words of just like the like tenderness of like, oh my gosh, so many like generations of people have done this. And I don't even know how long like mom's family has done this, but just like toast at Thanksgiving with the like Asti, like even doing it this year that we're not with our aunts and uncles, like we were with our siblings, it still feels so like I don't like just like a strong presence of like this isn't just we're just sitting around with drinks and going in a circle saying what we're grateful for, or whatever, and toasting, but like I don't know, things like that, especially. I love ones that like our family has, but even ones that like our extended family as well does, or even just like songs we all sing, like from the Domans. It just feels like, oh my gosh, this is like so much bigger than us, you know?
I want to go off that, and we can end here if anybody else doesn't have anything to say. But I think what I want to pass down to my kids is we grew up with this feeling of our family being bigger even than just our siblings.
Yeah.
Granted, our aunts and uncles weren't perfect, but with the fact that we grew up with these we really grew up with our aunts and uncles because we're so close in age. And now, I mean, my kids, Maura's kids, Pat's kids, we're all growing up with you guys. I mean, Nora and Claire only have,
We're literally 6 years apart.
6 years in between. It's like I think, Emily, what I'm excited to pass on to my kids is that idea of like family is our nuclear, like the people that we share that same DNA with, but also too, it's like you have this whole army of people. I remember when I won't say anything, but a few of us have gotten into like tussles at school or things like that. And I remember us all calling each other and being like, all right, not really, but we were like, I'm like ready to fight for my siblings. And it was like, obviously that's not real. I'm not going to fight anybody. But the feelings that I felt, I'm like, I would kill for you all, metaphorically. And having this, like, you have this army of people. And I'm like, if anything ever happened to Nora, my niece, I'm like, we would go in hordes.
We would all pull up.
We would all pull up. But just this idea that family and community is this big thing. So anybody else have anything else they want to pass down to their kids?
I think that's such a good way to end, Katie. You said that so well.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all for being here today.
Go crazy in the chat, guys. How do you do those reactions?
Let me do. Wait.
You gotta do the reactions.
Just a few more seconds.
Oh no.
Okay,
I tried to hit it so
seconds
many
of
times, but
craziness.
I can't do it.
I don't know if this will come up in the recording.
Look at this. Look at this.
I can't get mine.
I'm going crazy on it.
What does it mean,
Look at
slow
this.
down?
Look,
Slow down.
it's like the
I don't know what that
with
means.
the balloons.
What do you mean, Maggie? Where do you see
Well,
like there's
how
an
did you do a
effect that
crane?
says slow down?
Wait, what's this?
Do you guys, can you see mine?
I don't know.
I
I'm
see.
confused.
Whoa.
Look at
Pocket
this.
Speed up, Maggie.
up.
Speed up.
Huh?
Speed
Okay.
up.
Katie's like,
Okay.
Okay, that was far better.
I really hope that you all enjoyed that because
No,
we enjoyed listening to it.
I don't know if we're just
but-
biased, but it was loud. There was lots of laughter.
Yeah.
And there's some poignant moments. Really.
I'm always surprised at how insightful the kids can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly.
And that's true for all of our kids. And we don't always think of it that way, but I hope that gave you something. And there's a lot there.
Yeah.
And again, we want to plant the seeds of saying, okay, these are things that matter to our kids, that it might look different and your family will look different than ours. But I think it's important that in this world, whether you have, 2 kids or 10 kids, that's a big family.
Yeah.
And you need to be aware of some of this, and I'd maybe just jump right into the takeaways.
Yes. Okay. So here's the first 3 takeaways. First of all, I love how they were honest about big families being hard. Like it is. And we've said that too. It's not for the faint of heart, but you know what? It's not a bad thing. And sometimes kids don't love having 3 siblings, 4 siblings, 5, but looking back, they recognize that it was really worth it and how it built their character and their resilience. Second, parents ask us this all the time. Like, how can you love all of these kids? And guess what? You're not going to always get it perfect. As the kid said, we've been honest about that. But the thing is that God always provides. God provides through each other. And also they knew that they were loved, even though we always didn't do it perfectly every time. And that kind of goes into the third point, is that siblings matter a lot. And we say that parents draw the outlines of children's lives and kids color it in, and we have to remember that is that maybe you cannot satisfy all of the needs of your kids, but they will always have each other.
Supposed to.
And you're definitely not supposed to. And those relationships, I know for me growing up in a big family, my sibling relationships are one of the greatest gifts that my parents gave me.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to be able to give that to my kids.
All right. And the last 3 takeaways for you are traditions shape identity. Think about that, right? From whether for us, it would have been the Christmas breakfast and the dinner games and family retreats. And even I'm so glad that the service visits that we had, those traditions, they create a shared story for your kids, things that they will feel bonded together, belonging together. Right.
Wait, one thing I want to mention about those traditions, some of those things we did every year, some of those things we only did a few years, but it made an impact on them.
Yeah. Yeah. And number 5 takeaway is conflict isn't failure. It's formation, right? Every opportunity.
I love how people said, how often did you fight with your siblings? And Mikey said, infinity. It's like, yes. So if your kids are fighting, it's okay.
Yeah, but all those fightings, all those disagreements, all those clashes of personality, and some of them have big personalities, right? They're all part of our family culture too. And we're teaching them, we're helping form them in forgiveness, in working with people that they, have to deal with conflict resolution and reconciliation and really forming relationships again. So conflict is not a problem. It's not failure. It's really a formation opportunity.
Like Katie said, her forgiveness muscle is worked a lot. I really love that she said that. Yeah.
And the final takeaway, intentionality beats perfection.
Yeah.
Hear us say that. Intentionality beats perfection.
It was one of the words. It was one of the words the kid said was intentional. And I was like, oh, thank you, God. That came out.
Yeah. What stood out most wasn't flawless parenting, wasn't perfection, but parents who cared, who listened, who showed interest and tried to to be present, whenever they were possible. And we weren't possible. It wasn't possible all the time. But that was the level of intentionality that we think is important. Anyway.
Yeah. And so as you listen to this with your spouse, maybe is there some questions that you want to talk about? Maybe you want to talk about how do the sibling relationships in your family function right now? How are you going to help strengthen them? And to that end, too, strengthening them by how do you handle conflict?
Yeah.
What does forgiveness look like? Intentional forgiveness look like in your home? And I think this is a great question too. Think about what kind of family culture do you want your children to talk about someday?
I think that's huge. Think about this, right? If your kids were having this conversation, again, I wish we had in some ways done XYZ better or more or whatever. But what are those conversations you want them to have when they're 30 years old, when they're 25 years old, whatever it might be, think about your kids, fast forward and say, what does that look like? What are the things that are most important that you can be intentional about right now?
Do you want to close with a Christmas prayer?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. All right. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, amen. Dear Jesus, you rend the heavens and you came down to be with us. You fought your way through our humanity into our lives. You continue to pursue us. Lord, give us hearts that pursue each other, our spouse, and let us be relentless in pursuing relationship with our kids and relentless in forging unity and belonging among our children. Lord, may all the things that we do this season, this sacred season, when you became man, that you became one of us to save and restore and rescue us. May we pass on these traditions of our faith and traditions that bond our family together in ways that will be unbreakable, that the future challenges, the future obstacles in our way will not stand a chance with the traditions and intentionality we breathe. Lord, give us the strength, the wisdom, and the intentionality to raise our families as your families. And Lord, bless us this Christmas season with your presence. May the Christ child come and visit our homes. In your name we pray.
Amen.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen.
And this is our last podcast for the year. So we will see you all in 2026.
That's right. And again, thanks so much for joining us. If this was a blessing to you, please pass it along to your friends and spend some real quality time with your family. From all of us, very Merry Christmas to you.